Chubstep.
Creating the oil of Goldman.
Steve.
Step.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the king of the jungle.
I don't think you should be butting in when I'm talking to my team. You're my assistant, okay? You're supposed to back me up and go get me juice boxes when I tell you. Now go get me a juice box.
You know who you're talking to?
I'm talking to the juice box guy.
You're crazy.
I'm not crazy.
I'm just thirsty. Why don't you go to hell?
No, you go to hell. While you're there, why don't you grab me a juice box?
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
And the show started.
Hello. Welcome back to the 100th episode of Chubstep.
Hello.
Well,
Episode 100.
I was going to say they can leave. They're free to go anytime.
Yeah, after you listen to 100 episodes.
Yeah. If this is
This
your
is
100th
actually-
episode, good job.
This is 400 and something.
That's too many. See, I've said it before. I'll say it again. We got to rebrand and start over from one, so people think we're like new and hip.
Yeah, I don't know if it's better to be new and hip or established, right?
Yeah, but like, we're not making Joe Rogan money.
That's true. You're saying just rebrand it, but it's the exact same podcast?
It's the exact same podcast. We just start over at one.
We need a new name then.
No, we keep the name.
Oh, it just Chubstep, but it starts at one?
Yeah.
Rebrand. Okay.
We rebrand. It's our big rebranding.
Oh my god! But then you could look at old episodes and see that there's like 400 something of them.
Those are archived.
Oh, archive. Did they just say archive? Yeah.
Yeah, those are archived episodes. You got to pay money for those.
Oh yes. That always.
Like
you
a
know,
lot.
I've only paid for a podcast one time, and that was a history podcast. Because this guy only comes out with like an episode or two a year, and his podcasts are like 5 hours long. It's basically paying for an audiobook.
How much did you learn?
I learned a ton. But I can't share that because then I'd have to charge people for that as well.
Well, did you know that in World War II, Germany committed genocide in Tanzania?
No.
And they recently apologized to
Okay, I
Tanzania
saw.
for
Okay.
doing the genocide.
Is this the Tanzania news? Tanzania
This
news
is,
here?
I mean, I don't have it pulled up. This is
I
just
saw-
something I learned while doing research for this wonderful podcast.
Yeah, I saw a lot of when I was looking at Tanzania news like a week ago. I saw a lot of headlines of Germany apologizing for World War II, and
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of just that can be kind of a blanket statement just to the rest of the world. I don't know if it needs to be specific at Tanzania, just because I feel like it should just be a general apology. I want to get to a few things, Steve.
Okay, can I get to my bonehead move of the week first?
Oh yeah,
I like to do this at the beginning
You
of
like
the
to get
show.
those out of the way so that you've disclosed all your bonehead things. Yeah, let's hear it.
Yeah, this was a big boneheaded move. I went to McDonald's for the McDonald's drive-through.
Sure.
And they say, "All right, your total." I think I got like some nuggies and I don't know, a burger.
Sure.
So I pull up to the first window, pay, and then I think I was like looking at my phone, and then I just like get my card back and leave.
Mm-hmm. You didn't grab the
Don't
food?
go to the second window. I just drove out, and then I got to I turned right, got to the stoplight, and then I looked down and I was like, did I get my food? And then I was like, what? Wait a minute. So I pulled a U-E in the road, go back in line, and I think it was like 10 p.m. So it was like not busy. I'm like, oh man, nobody's going to be there. I go back in line. There's already a car at the second window. And I pull up behind them.
Yeah.
And then they get their food. There was a little wait. And then they got handed a water. And I was like, oh my God. Oh no. And then I pull up and they're like, here you go. 2 McChickens or something. I was like, all right, man, here's the deal. I messed up pretty bad. I took my card and left, and I got, whatever. And he's like, "Oh, all right." He just made me the right food. And he
So did
sent
they? So they gave your food to somebody else, right?
they did they 100% gave my
So
food.
presumably you messed up a whole series of lines
No,
because
no,
they
it
were
was
giving
only
you
me and
like
that other guy.
basically everybody's got the persons in front of them's order.
No, it was
Oh,
only
okay,
two people.
okay.
Like
So
there
just
was
one
it was
guy.
late.
Okay.
There was nobody else in line. So I
Okay.
screwed
Okay.
that guy. I screwed that one guy pretty bad.
Well, what if he got a worse order?
He did. Well, I think he got like two McChickens and I got a nuggies and a like bacon burger of some sort.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so he's gonna be confused, probably pissed off because like I know they were slow giving him his water, and then there was probably some confusion, and
Oh
then
yeah.
bam, dude just got screwed, and I had to explain to the McDonald's guys like, listen, I got a segment called Bonehead Move of the Week.
And you're going to be featured on it.
You're yeah,
You're going to be famous, buddy. Trust me,
yeah.
it's worth it.
It was good though. They did a great job on the Nuggets.
Good. Great to hear. I was going to ask you a question, Steve. As a Veterans Day just happened.
Yeah, it did.
We talk about stolen valor sometimes. Stolen valor.
Yeah, we can also talk about you not wishing me a happy Veterans Day.
Or you not wishing me a happy Veterans Day.
I don't need to because you don't wear your uniform in public.
If I support the troops, which I do, and I play games that simulate the U.S. Army, it's basically training, which is what you would call. I would say you would call somebody who went through boot camp a veteran. Would you call them that or no?
I mean, technically, but there's a lot of stink on it.
Okay, I would like to be considered one of those veterans with a lot of stink on it. For
You
one,
think
supporting the
because
troops.
you went to boot camp, Jared? One time, like a few weeks ago,
I didn't go to boot camp. I played video games.
Jay, a few weeks ago, you told
okay.
me that you had to wake up the earliest you ever had in your whole life, and it was at like 5 a.m.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's the earliest I've ever had to wake up.
Sure.
You
what
wake
are
up
you
at
getting at?
you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning every day for a week, you can be called a veteran.
Okay, okay, I'll take it. See, okay, that's like actually what I was trying to ask you, Steve. Also, happy belated Veterans Day.
Oh, fuck you.
Okay.
And when you just to make it more realistic, when you wake up at 3, just stand still in a room, like an empty room, for like 5 hours.
Okay, that'll be perfect. Chubstep Amy will love that. I'll wake up, just stand in the room and just stare at the corner.
Yeah,
and she'll wake
the
up
Army.
and be like, "What the hell?"
And whenever she wakes
on?
up, that's when you can like start doing stuff.
Okay, good. Okay, that sounds okay. If I do that, how long can I do that before I'm a veteran?
You gotta do it for 1 week. Wake up at 3 a.m. Stand still in the corner.
Can I spread it out? Or...
You can't spread it out. You're doing it for 1 week, or else you fail and you got to start over. And that goes for everybody out there.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. All right. Well, I was going to ask you if you can be gifted valor. If you can steal valor, can you be gifted valor? Like it could, if I earned this is, you're almost gifting me valor here. If I do this 1 week of this, can you say you have the valor of an Army veteran?
Yeah, I think I could give you like a patch or something, or like a pin. I have some coins.
Take a patch.
Yeah, I might be able to give you a coin of some sort.
Okay.
I've got so many from my distinguished career. I got a couple awards, that I got too many to like carry at this point because I was so distinguished. What I'm saying is I could give you an award, and then if people question you, you'll say, well, what do you think of this?
Yeah. I would like to keep the patch like on whatever, like if I'm just wearing this kind of quarter zip, this Marquette quarter zip, and just put the patch on that.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
You can put it on anything, right?
You could, and people would bring it up. But then that's when you pull the award out and you say,
okay,
it's cool. It's fine. Maybe I'll make that award.
Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, okay. I just wanted to clarify that before I went too far with it.
I think you're good. Just remember the double salute.
That's right. For those who don't remember, I got this cleared by Steed. If I do 1 salute, that's stolen valor. 2 salutes, I'm okay to do that.
Yes. We got to start making money off this. We got to start charging a club, like, apply for your valor.
Oh, I like this idea. Would you
$5
like
a
to
month.
have? Would you like to have people say Happy Veterans Day on Veterans Day to you?
Yep. Would you like to be able to wear camo pants in public without
Yes.
some like PTSD guys screaming in your face,
Yes.
making you take them off at the movie theater?
And just how about a hat that just says war veteran instead it says like Vietnam War veteran or like World War II war veteran, it just says war veteran.
Yeah, just keep it real generic.
Yes. Battle hardened.
Battle hardened. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Or just hard. Hardened.
Hard
veteran.
Hard veteran. Yeah. Yeah, and then we have the patches that certify the people. We'll get Vaughn to help certify. You can do the valor part. Vaughn can do the certification. I think
it'll be like knighting somebody.
It's a lot like an honorary doctorate where it actually doesn't mean anything, but technically you can call yourself a doctor.
Really?
Well, I mean, there's people that
I didn't know that honorary doctors could call themselves doctors.
Well, I mean, define doctor, right? I mean, I'm not going to ask for any medical advice, but somebody might say the honorary, like Taylor Swift has an honorary doctorate. Somebody could technically call her Dr. Swift.
She deserves it.
Oh yeah, definitely deserves it. Agreed, Steve. Okay, that was one thing I just wanted to ask. So thank you for the clarification there.
No problem.
I was in Kansas this past weekend.
Really?
For University of Kansas, Steve, not Kansas State, where you once lived.
Yeah, you were at the Jayhawks.
I was with the Jayhawks. So my cousin Jude, who's been on the show before, he told this lifeguard story like a year or two ago. He was turning 21. We decided to do a big family trip down there. So I went down Saturday morning, got up the earliest I'd ever gotten up at 5 a.m. also, and got to Lawrence, Kansas, where University of Kansas is. It is always fun to check out new places and just kind of like see what the kind of college life or just life in a new city is like.
Not really in Kansas though.
Yeah, no, that's fair. It's fair. So did you ever go to Lawrence while you were at Kansas State?
I don't think I did.
Okay.
Actually,
I would describe Lawrence as, for those who've been to University of Iowa, very similar. Like the house styles are very similar. Like these kind of like they're on little raised areas and then goes down kind of to the sidewalk in the street down there.
Yeah.
And just the houses look very similar. I would say they're maybe a little older, a little bigger, a lot of the houses they had there, but also very similar vibes. I will say the big difference compared to like Iowa City was it had one really long street, I think it's called Massachusetts Street. It actually has a lot of cool restaurants and bars and little shops and stuff like that.
It's convenient.
It's convenient. Yeah, it's kind of one big strip. Very different than the Las Vegas Strip. But we went to a football game, and I felt the need to put money on the team that we were there to see. My uncle told me it was a lock, -3. Kansas -3 is a lock. Now the quarterback, they played Texas A&M. Yeah, Patrick Mahomes was at the game actually. He went to go watch because it was his old team. So anyway, I put -3. The quarterback gets hurt like the second drive of the game, and it was already their backup quarterback. So then they were on their third string quarterback.
Ooh.
The -3 did not hit on that, but during the game, this people in front of us got 3 hot dogs, and they had a little tray of hot dogs, and they're eating hot dogs, and all 3 of them decided not to put toppings on the hot dog at all. 0 toppings.
Okay.
Do you think it's a little bit? I think it's a little bit of a psycho move to just go raw dog, bun and dog at the ball, at the football game.
All right. I don't get football game hot dogs a lot. I get baseball game hot dogs at King County Cougars Dollar Dogs Night. And those I don't put any toppings on. Because 1, they're not the most quality dogs. 2, they're not the most quality toppings.
Okay.
3, what am I going to just put ketchup on it like a freaking 3rd grader? Like a fool?
I would rather put ketchup and mustard on a hot dog than eat it plain. any day.
Oh, no shot.
And it's,
maybe you just don't like
I would
hot
argue
dogs
that
enough.
that toppings cover up a bad dog.
No, like the stadium dogs, you eat them raw.
Yeah, I guess.
You eat them raw, they're good. They're good. They're juicy. The bun gets all wet from the grease. The hot dog water going down your mouth. It's okay.
You get the hot dog water too?
Yeah, I'll drink a little.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
it pools up in
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
foil it comes in, and you can scoop it and
Oh, if you
pour
squeeze
it
it right. Yeah,
into your
I
mouth.
have squeezed it. I have squeezed it. Okay. Well, so okay. So that's the argument's not going to land there. I mean, my just thought was it was kind of a psycho move.
I'm a big dog guy. All right. Everybody knows
Okay.
this. I'll eat a hot
Yeah, yeah.
dog, sauerkraut on it. You could put a mushroom on it. I'll eat it. Doesn't matter.
Okay. I wish we would ask Greg from Flub It Up Chub what his thoughts were on the raw dog, because I did not ask him that.
Oh, he raw dogs it, dude.
Yeah.
I think actually we did ask him his go-to dog, and he just raw dogs him.
You're right. Oh, actually, it's a good point. He just you're right. So he would have approved of it. Okay. All right. Stand corrected. Okay, Steve, I want to talk about your hat that you're wearing right now. We might have told this story on the show before.
Oh,
but
yeah, I just found this hat again.
Yeah, so this hat was at my parents' house forever, and I don't know why. Yeah, unclear. You probably left it there at some point.
That's where it was.
It was
right there for several years.
Several years.
A multitude of years.
In their garage. It's Emilio's hat, which is basically a ripoff of Jimmy John's. Weren't they related or something?
They're cousins. So it's not a ripoff. Jimmy screwed Emilio. That's what happened. It's literally the same exact store. Like,
okay,
if you hid the names, you could walk into both of them.
Yeah,
same store.
Yeah, it's crazy. So Steed was a delivery driver there for a little bit. Why don't you just tell the story, Steed? So some have heard it, but just as a reminder for those that haven't.
Yeah, I was a delivery driver, and I was the best one.
Yep.
This is what you were talking about. How I was just so good at my
job. How you were that good? Yeah.
One time when I was there, I delivered a sandwich maybe 30 seconds after somebody got off the phone ordering the sandwich. Because
How was that possible?
Because it was from like a mall that was across the street. The guy was like working at Radio Shack. I remember it was Radio Shack.
Okay.
So he's working, and I'm like, he gives me the address, and I'm like, oh man, here, take this. So I start making it, and like the guy's like taking his payment info or whatever, and I just slap this shit together and fucking leave. And I just like zoom across the parking lot, get in the mall, and he's like, what? Like, so that was fun. You're talking about how my car broke down?
Yes.
Yeah, I was a delivery driver and my car broke down several times.
Oh no.
And then I kind of just stopped going to work.
Yeah.
Because my car didn't work.
Yeah.
And they were like, hey, you got to come into work. And I was like, no, I don't. My car don't work. You
basically ghosted your employer. You ghosted your employer.
Well, yeah, because they were like trying to get me to come into work and stuff. Yeah. And I was like, I don't want to. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, why would you do that?
Exactly. So I just ignored them. And you know what? It worked out for everybody.
And you got to keep the hat.
Damn right. I kept the hat. I used to have a shirt. I did not keep the car topper, though. Like, they have the Pizza Hut
you actually brought that back to them?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't use it ever. They're like, you got to put this on. I'm not putting that fucking stupid ass thing on my car.
Yeah. People don't like Uber Eats doesn't do that. It's not like you don't need that, turns out.
Yeah. No, and nobody's driving and they're like, see Emilio's, they're like, son of a bitch. I gotta go to Emilio's.
That's right. Well, thank you, Steve.
Yeah.
Thank you for your service there also.
Yep.
For the people who lived in Iowa City.
Fastest delivery on the market when I was working there. Not anymore.
Number one delivery.
Yeah, it was fast.
That's right. Number one delivery. Very fast, scary fast. Okay. What's something we get here, Jude?
Jay, a baby on board sticker on a car.
Mm-hmm.
When you see one, do you give them a little extra space?
No.
You don't.
I think that's kind of the point, right? I mean, I guess is the point like that the baby might be crying and the mom's like looking over her shoulder trying to like slap the kid. So you have to watch
Yeah, like
out.
shut it up.
Like kind of maybe sometimes I just don't go parallel with the car. Yeah, I don't go parallel with the car because I know the mom's gonna be looking back and the other hand's gonna be on the steering wheel and like turning as they're turning. As she's like trying to turn, slap the kid. The car's also turning to the right. So I just don't go parallel. I go fast next to them.
You give them a little leeway. Like they do a dumb move because they're hitting their kid.
Exactly.
And you're not like getting out of your car to beat the shit out of them.
There would be, you're right. The road rage should be less on a baby on board car. Yeah.
So here's my thought. Shove one of those puppies on your car.
Okay.
You can do whatever you want out there.
Okay.
You can cut people off. You can freaking merge late. You can, rear end people. You can do whatever you want. And then you got the baby on board.
Do you also put a car seat with a fake baby in it?
Damn right you put a car seat, because if it comes to that, you're going to have to look back and be like, my baby!
Oh, my God.
Like
so do you... Here's
somebody
my
can't
next
read.
question. A lot of people have tinted windows now. Do you think you just keep it like in the front seat? Since it's a fake baby, it doesn't matter anyway.
Well, you roll the window down, the back window.
Oh, you always keep the window down?
Yeah, because if somebody's trying to bash you up for like, slamming on the brakes in front of them in the highway or something, they're going to get out and then you give them a window open and they're going to go straight to that window like a moth to a lamp. They're going to be trying to, get in and punch people, but they roll the window down and there's a fake baby tucked into a blanket and their rage is going to go down.
That's true. And then you have a good like app or something that plays like a baby crying noise. And then and then you look at the person you said, this is what I have to deal with.
Yeah.
This is my life.
Take the baby.
Please take him from me. And then if the person actually reaches in there, take him out, they see it's fake, then you drive off.
Yeah, you could, I don't know. I mean, at that point, then you get bystanders. And you're like, he's stealing my baby. He's stealing my baby.
Somebody's filming it, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Help me.
Yep. Yeah. So would I throw that on there? And so I think people used to put those, I support the local police stickers on there for the same reason,
they still
right? They
do.
were trying to like, yeah, they do. But as we found out, those are complete scams.
They are.
I did that whole podcast on the support the police and firemen telemarketing thing that's been going on forever. And that whole thing's a complete scam. There's no evidence that you get out of stuff because of that. Because really very little of the money actually goes to the fire department or police department. Yeah,
what you want to do is put a thin blue line sticker on your car.
There you go. Do it. I would say, depending on the car, the type of scenario, there's a few different ones, the different colors that they have out there. They have the blue one, like the support the police. They have a red one that's like the support the firemen. I've seen a green and a yellow also.
What's the yellow for?
I have no idea. I think, maybe construction workers or something. I don't know. It's a lot. There's just the colors for everything. But
we should make our own. Actually, I have a T-shirt. It's the Buffalo Bills. It says like Buffalo Bills or something. Then it's a flag and it's like a red stripe in it. And
oh God!
And I was like, I can't wear this. I just cannot wear that.
Yeah. There's I guess you're right. If you want to potentially get out of a ticket, that's probably your best option. But if you want to not get your window bashed in by somebody hardcore left, then maybe don't have that.
Yeah, you got to be able to get magnetic ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Know your spot. Know where
depending on what
driving.
Part of town you're driving through.
Exactly. Be able to pull that
get
off.
out, run to the back, and
what you should, in an ideal scenario, you kind of have the James Bond thing where you press a little button and the license plate flips around. Something else. You have one of those that has different, little stickers. Like you might have one that has that. You might have like a Bernie, 2024 sticker.
Yep, you're in Colorado. Run that Bernie.
Just exactly. So you just You mix it up. You got to just know where you're at, and then you know, to put yourself in the best situation for where you're driving.
Good. All right. Well, that solves that.
The French fries are pretty good.
French fried potatoes.
Yep, French fries.
Steve, one thing I was thinking about at the game that we were at was the girls have to wear these clear. Had to bring in clear purses to these games. You've seen a lot of stadiums and stuff do this now.
I've seen them.
Yeah. Apparently, the thought is that you have a clear thing. You can't hide a gun in there or something. To me, if you were still trying to like be actually sneaky about it, you'd find a way. Like I don't think
I put it in my pants. Yeah,
exactly.
Or
and
specifically, if I'm a girl, put it in your vagina.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
You know, put it right in.
And the security guards do not care. I hear you. The security guards do not care.
Oh yeah,
when you go past, they're the worst. You see, everybody's in the video.
You could have two guns in there.
Yeah. So one thought is that what else can you wear that's clear and get into a stadium? You know, have on you that's clear. Like, at what point do they stop you? Right? Like, so like, let's say I'm wearing a, I was thinking a suit, right? So let's start with like a suit. I have regular pants on, a regular undershirt, and you have a clear suit jacket. I could get in that way, right?
Yeah, I think that one you might get praised for your style, actually.
Yes. But what if I had a clear suit jacket, a clear pants, and then I have regular like boxers and an undershirt underneath? Now,
how tight are the boxers? How tight are the boxers?
They can be loose.
Okay. I think you could get away with loose boxers.
Okay. So loose boxers, but like, and then obviously you go next. And so you go suit jacket. No shirt underneath. Clear suit jacket, like clear plastic suit jacket, clear plastic pants, and then just boxers. Are they
Depends
letting
how
you
reflective the clear plastic is.
It just like at one, if they say you have to wear shoes and shirt, all the pants, you're technically wearing shoes and shirt and pants. I'm just wondering how far. Here's what I want to. I feel like this is a good skit for like Eric Andre or something. I just want to see what you can get away with before they're just like, we're not letting you in.
I mean, nothing says it can't be clear.
Exactly.
I thought that, I'm wearing a shirt for protection purposes or something, or germs. I don't know why we have to wear a shirt anywhere.
I think it's germs. Yeah.
And that goes for women too. You know what? I want all the women in the area to come topless to my apartment. I just want them to. Yeah. You know what? I'm not afraid.
Wow. That's very big of you. Very big of you.
I made that statement.
Wow.
Put that one. So as many times as I've been, can be canceled on this podcast, there's one for you.
There's one.
Write that one down.
Write that one down. Jot that one down. Wow. Very empowering, Steve. Very empowering. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, it was your idea. I think, I think you're going down though. You do the naked, clear shirt.
Why am I going down?
No, you would go down if you tried to walk
it
into
probably
like
wouldn't
a
work.
stadium.
I mean, they just would.
Dick hanging out.
Well, obviously, yeah. I'm just wondering where you draw the line. I agree that like if you could see genitalia, they're not going to let you in. But like, could you get in with just the loose boxers and everything else is clear? I don't know.
We got to test it. We'll send somebody in.
Send somebody in if somebody has a clear suit and wants to test this out. Steve, I sent you the Bachelor application. Did you see that? I sent you that
I did
earlier
see that.
today.
Yeah.
Did you apply yet?
Why? No, I did not apply because, I think I'm good though. I think I'm good. They want my Facebook. Okay, let me go over these.
Okay, let's see what you have to do.
Questions. It's actually really easy to apply. It's like name, birthday, gender, height, weight. If you have kids, if you've been married, your job, phone, address. And then the only questions they ask are, what is the next big city near you and how far is it?
Chicago. That's easy.
Yeah, I know, but like, why would that be a question?
I think maybe they're wondering,
the
like,
commute is too far.
I wonder if they're actually thinking, like, if this works out, right, and you are in love with this person, are they going to be freaking out if you live in the middle of nowhere, like 5 hours to the closest
They're
town?
gonna
It's
freaking
like, this is never going to
drive.
work
They're
out.
gonna drive over. So you're telling me that like if I get on The Bachelor, it's only gonna be like Chicago people? I want some Miami girls in there. I want some Utah
No,
girls.
no, yeah, no,
I
it's
want a
valid.
Mormon
It's going to be
girl.
far no matter what. Yeah, you want a
Yeah,
Mormon girl? I don't know if there's a lot of Mormon girls on that.
that's what I'm saying. They gotta diversify.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, what are some of the questions? So those are the main questions.
That was the question. Then they asked if you've ever applied before, and if yes, you got to tell them when. Um, then they ask us if you've been there, and then they say, "Why would you like to be on the show?" And
So
that's,
what's going to be your answer for that?
I mean, immediately, I was like, jet ski and fantasy suites,
Yeah,
because I know
they're not gonna put you on if you say that.
I know, because if I want to go on the jet ski, I'm gonna have to ease that in, and the fantasy
Yeah.
suites is gonna happen no matter what. Like, and it's gonna happen week
Okay.
one.
Week one, that would be a record.
Everyone goes through it. I send nobody home, and we just keep doing it.
Oh, yeah, this is about you being a bachelor, right? Again,
That's if I was on The Bachelor.
I think you might have to start with being on the Bachelorette as your contestant.
That's all right. I could do it. I'll suck it up. Let's see.
All right,
I
that's all
gotta
I'm saying. You
upload
might just have to start there.
Yeah, I gotta put a photo, and that's pretty much it. I gotta enter my TikTok handle, my Instagram handle. So they want followers.
Oh, that's probably a good
You
point.
gotta have some followers.
You should show them Steed Swallows. Don't you have a good ratio?
Yeah, but that's not my face isn't in it.
Oh, good point. Good point. It's only your
It's
stuff you eat.
just about swallowing food. And what if they uncover that like mid-show, like mid-season? They're just, what is this? And then it's the girl, and she's like, I'm gonna send you home because you swallow too much food. I might have to
You
deactivate
should
it.
for your job, you could always say entrepreneur too.
I'll say podcast host.
Podcast host, podcast host, glazer, and entrepreneur.
Yeah. And fish daddy.
And fish daddy. Yeah. Steve, you would have liked the fish tanks at the place we were staying at in Kansas.
I bet I would have.
Some cool natural fish tanks. A lot of scrimps.
Oh, you know what? My scrimps are looking good. They survived. I was in Missouri this weekend. No, I wasn't in Missouri. I was in Virginia.
Oh, nice.
That's a different place.
What were you in Virginia for?
I was helping my dad move.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. So I got to drive a car down. Jay, the mountain roads there. Not for the faint of heart.
In the bayous?
Oh my God.
In the hollers?
The West Virginia holler.
Yeah.
It was pitch black and like foggy.
Oh my God.
I'm just like, I'm holding on, like swerving down these roads to the point where like, I'm like the brakes got to be heating up. I'm like holding them down, and the car isn't slowing down because you're going like straight down and turning and shit.
Yeah.
It was exhilarating. I just wish it was like bright out, because at one point there was like a clearing and the trees happened, and I looked and it was just like a cliff.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
yes.
That's what I've been almost driving over this whole time.
Exactly.
Yeah. Jay, we got time for one more thing?
Sure.
All right. So in my search for Tanzania news, I stumbled across a BBC article. And in that BBC article, I stumbled across another BBC article, which was on a BBC auxiliary website called BBC Pidgin.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not familiar.
Do you know the language Pidgin?
This is a language?
Yes.
No, never heard of it.
Okay, well, there's actually several Pidgins, and they're basically English kind of mashed up with another language.
Never heard of this.
Okay, well, let me read you a little. Let me read you a news story about a Australian crocodile attack.
Okay. If this is in Pigeon?
This is in Pigeon. I will be reading it in the native language, and be ready to, I don't know how culturally insensitive this is, but just buckle in. Should I
Just
ASMR do
read it? Read it as okay, ASMR, yeah.
Okay. I can't ASMR it.
Wait, you do it in an Australian accent? What are you doing?
I don't know. I was ASMR / Australian /
Just do it in Steed accent. Do it in your accent, but just do it quietly.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
Okay,
You'll
okay.
see why.
Okay.
One Australian farmer way bite crocodile way attack him. Say I'm de lucky today alive. Colin Devereaux, na cattle producer, way been spend 1 month for hospital after one saltwater crocodile way reached 3.2 meters. Bite him for Northern Territory. I'm tell ABC News say I'm bite the crocodile eyelid as I'm just struggled to survive. Olga Devereaux say Wahala start after him. I'm stopped for Billabong as they traveled to build fencing near the Finniss River last month. I'm been stopped for the lakeside after I'm noticed fish them way been they swim for the middle of the waters. After I'm step away again, nah, I'm the crocodile grab him right leg, begin shaking like ragdoll and pull him inside water.
I know some of these words.
At first, I thought I had a handle on it, and then the more you started talking, I was like, "What the hell is this?" So people speak this? What is this?
I gotta believe people speak that.
And not only people speak it, BBC is writing articles in this language.
There is, so I think that is some type of African pigeon. Yeah, there's a lot of BBC articles. This one is really short, but it is about Joe Biden meeting the Chinese president, and it says like trade war for Middle East and Taiwan. Nah, some of the issues way likely go then they on the agenda. So within success go look like for each leader? We ask our Toro people to torchlight the Mata.
Man, that's crazy. So very interesting. Very like a loose English words with something else thrown in there. There's clearly some other kind of half language in there.
Well, it's like all English, but it says like the last part, torchlight the Mata. And it's like torchlight the matter. We ask our Toro people to torchlight the matter. But instead it says we ask our Toro people to torchlight the Mata.
The Mata.
So it's almost like a whole slang.
It's almost like if somebody has a really thick accent, how it would sound like they talk.
Yeah.
Right? Like you can understand him. You're like, what did he say? The Mata?
It reminds me of in Blood Diamond when Leonardo DiCaprio starts talking to like some rebel guy and he just starts talking exactly like that.
Feel like yeah.
We get the diamond. Blood
so is this traditionally an African thing? Or it was an Australia article, or hard to tell where this is?
This is actually a world site, it looks like. But let's see, pigeon. This pigeon seems like it's mostly African, but I think it started as a English Chinese thing. Yes. They started like talking Cantonese, and the Cantonese language, they like had to learn English as the language of business, so they just kind of started like
their own version of it. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Here's my problem with it. If I were to learn another language, the only reason I'd want to learn is to talk about people behind their back while they're right in front of me.
You could probably do that.
I don't know. This language is close enough that I feel like you couldn't. Like the people would kind of know what you're talking about. It wouldn't be enough that you could just do it right in front of their faces.
I want to know if there's strict guidelines, like if that person wrote that, and then other people would be like, "Yeah, he's way off."
That's not proper pigeon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, is there a pigeon like dictionary, or is it just like sounds like that? So you get the gist.
We'll have to get a pigeon expert. Maybe we could find somebody who's a pigeon expert. If anybody listening to the show speaks pigeon, please teach us some
I would
words.
like to hear.
Follow up with us.
Yeah.
We would like to learn.
And
Maybe we could do the first pigeon podcast, dude. Maybe nobody's done that yet.
Oh, that'd be big.
Do the whole podcast in pigeon.
I want to know if I talk like that, how many countries will be able to understand me?
Yeah, maybe we're universal at that point.
Because that is way easier to learn than I don't know, Cantonese.
Yeah, I would agree. I'm on the same page. All right, perfect. Email the show, chubstep.podcast@gmail.com. Email us in pigeon if you would like.
Yeah.
New episodes every Thursday. We're on YouTube, Chubstep Podcast, and Gmail us, chubstep.podcast@gmail.com. Whatever. New episodes every day. Share the episode. We like, as Steve said, otherwise we have to rebrand if you don't share the episode.
Yeah, and it's going to be under your social security number.
That's right. Whoever's listening to it, we're going to find one of you and do it under your social security number. All right, perfect.
It's a gamble, but
the show has ended. Be gone.
Now you know you got to go.
Peace. This is Yasin.